everyone, and this is another due diligence. This is for a new deal that we're under contract on. Before we sign the PSA, we've already done bulk of the job. We've checked the roof, we've checked the plumbing, we've used cameras to scope the sewer line, we've checked the electrical, and everything looks good. What do you think about this? What's the wiring like?
The wiring is copper. It's
Okay,
good.
it's
We've
good.
opened up.
Can we check?
Let's go look at it.
Okay.
Yeah, I've already seen, Mr. George already got a picture of it. And yeah, basically everything's good condition. I mean, the wiring when you see here is you have washer dry connections, but you have I don't have a light. Do we have a light in here? Or
Yes.
There's a light. There you go. This is a square D panel. I've already opened it, but you know, all the breakers are fairly new, and the wiring all in here is copper. Okay. And Jordan took a picture, which is good. Yeah, it's good bones. Okay. And then I don't see much, you know, everything's pretty straightforward here.
So this is another edition of my due diligence. On this part, normally on my due diligence, I don't conduct it alone. I always bring in the experts so that they're able to help me to identify if we are going to have issues and to also firm up on the CapEx budget. Also, we deliberate and know if it's something we should just back out from. And so I started with the electrician. On this day, we had both the electrician, plumber, roofer, property management company, contractor. So it was a very full team, large team. And I'm going to show you different slides or different videos on my interaction with each of the team. It was a very intensive due diligence that we conducted, but it just made us know if the deal was worth it for us. I want you to sit down, enjoy, take your popcorn and relax.
Another thing I get to do is I try to investigate or have a conversation with the maintenance crew of the seller. So I go to a property and definitely the property has its own property manager and also the maintenance. I just want to hear their own perspective. Most times they give me information that maybe my broker or the seller have not told us about. So from just a friendly conversation, I get to ask some good questions and that helps me. I know how many times I've been able to interact with a property management company and asking them questions and they've been able to give me exactly what I want. You know, most times the seller will want to sugarcoat things or might not just want to be sincere, but sometimes these people don't have anything to lose. They just tell you as it is, or sometimes they are not even aware on how to answer questions, so they just give it to you and it just depends on what that answer is that you can decide what direction to take at that point.
So I wasn't here, it was the old company, but we knew the manager and she said it was always very stable.
Very stable and good. Yeah. Okay. Sounds good. Okay, let's go. Oh my God, that day was so cold. I couldn't feel my hands at that point. I'm just right in front of the plumbers. They were so cold as well. Everyone was so cold. You hear it from my voice, I was shaking. But we needed to do the job. Whether rain or sunshine, the job must go on. It was so cold and uncomfortable for me, but I had no choice but to do this.
And I do the lighting repairs only.
So we met with the plumber and we were just strategizing on, and they were asking me from what building do I want them to. So we arranged that and they started scoping the lines and check the plumbing material. That is a very, very important part of this process. Nice to meet you again.
Is it good so far?
Is it going good?
The only thing that we see, it's nothing concerning. Maybe like about 40 to 50 feet. There's like a little
hicieron una pegazón de 4 a 3.
like a cone, I guess you can say. Okay. So they went from 4 the 4-inch pipe to a 3-inch pipe and then back to a 4-inch pipe. Is that the concerning?
Just a repair?
I'm assuming it's a
You don't want a sewage line that is clogged, or they have piping issues. Those are real issues. Those are very heavy CapEx issues. If you did not do your due diligence on that and you just assumed that the sewage line is okay, that might come in and give you a lot of issues in the future. So what we're doing was scoping the line to see if there were any clogs, and the good thing was that everything went well. Just a minor, very minor issue that the plumber said was going to cost us about $1,000, which is very fair.
This is not up to code. And then a lot of these balconies, the gap is too big, similar to Morningside or...
So at this point, we're checking the exterior, we're looking at the patio area, we're looking at the railings. Because this property is 1980s property, the railings code would have been dated, but some of them are grandfathered. It just means that because they've been there for a while, the city will permit it to happen. So we're just checking it, and the property manager was telling me that we might need to make provision for the gaps between the railings, and we might need to close it up depending on if the city wants us to do it.
Yeah, but some of them are grandfathered in, and some of them the inspector says no more. Yeah, so sometimes it's more of insurance too.
I hope this one is one of them. The roofs, they said they changed it last year.
Yeah, so I have
2023.
the roofer coming at between 12 and 1, and he was actually the roofer that did these roofs.
Okay.
So he knows the property, and he was like, no, I know, but I'll go walk it again. I'll make sure nothing's changed.
So at this point, we're checking an empty unit. Most times when you're doing a preliminary due diligence, they will not show you the worst of the unit, they will show you the best. So you have to be very careful and don't assume that all the units are this beautiful. So we were here again with the electrician, and this time around he had to open up the panel and he was showing us that everything looked good. He identified the copper.
Beautiful, right? Yeah, copper. Those are copper there, so I think we're good. Yeah, everything's good. Yeah, your washer and dryer. This is your dryer connection right here. And then there's a washer and dryer. The dryer's in a separate room. You can see it.
Okay.
I think this is broke, so you just put it on there.
So how many of you own this property? 2 of you? Yes. Yes.
It's 4 of us.
Oh, because you're doing that in this one. Okay. So 1 property manager, 1 leasing officer, and 2 maintenance people, right?
Oh, like the whole team.
Your team.
It's 3 people in the office, and right now 3 people in maintenance.
That's 6.
Yeah, okay. It's 4.
4. Okay.
So while he was doing that, I was also checking the units. I saw that they had washer and dryer hookups. So that gave me another different idea on how we can generate more income on this property.
We were under contract on this for $16 million 2 years ago.
2 years ago, what happened?
Interest rates. I mean, this is when
2 years ago was better now. So it's better than now.
That's when, but yeah, interest rates shot up like 150 basis points overnight. So 16 and a half, that was 140 a door. So essentially what you're exiting the deal at for you guys is probably similar to what it was under contract for.
So the person just said he wasn't moving forward with it, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, we took the earnest money and it all occurred, but I mean, it was under contract, 16 million. With Lone Star.
If you look at me closely, you will see that I was shaking. The weather was so cold. Regardless, like I said, the job must go on. So I was talking with the broker on this property. Remember, I always tell you, take everything that they say with a pinch of salt. You need to always verify. But I always like to engage them. And this particular property was different because there was someone else that was supposed to buy this property. So I wanted to know the story around it. I wanted to hear from the broker and I wanted to verify it. So I just needed to ask some questions. So I was asking him what happened, why did they terminate the contract. So from there he started telling me that actually this property was under contract 2 years ago, but that was the period when the Fed decided to start increasing rate, so they were scared and they decided not to move forward with it. They were trying to buy this property $4 million above what we're buying it today. Because of the time, we've been able to purchase this property $4 million lower than what the proposed buyer would have bought it 2 years back. Besides that, there was another person that was under
another contract on this deal and they could not pull through with it. That was one of the reasons why I wanted to have this conversation with the broker. I wanted to know, were there any red flags that made them not to move forward with it? I did a lot of investigation on that because I wanted to be sure why they were not going forward with it. But I got to find out that it was just more of internal issues that they had as a team member. That was what happened. So this was very good for us. We picked it up at a very good price, lower than what the two previous prospective buyers would have bought it. So this is just a good deal for us.
I just wanted to see this today to be comfortable.
So in this part, you will see that we're walking around the property. Definitely brokers want to oversell. They always want to tell you things that might be impossible or not ideal for the property. So we're going around this property, checking out what are the ways we can add value to it.
But I mean, at the end of the day, it's like you don't really see this. Like it kind of closes out the natural light, you know. So.
But it's really about the tenants. If they like it, fine.
Yeah, that's true.
Let me hear his opinion. Jordan, what do you think about this? It's recommending that we bring it down.
I'm just thinking visually. This is what we've seen in the past. Some people said that they bought it, they bring it down.
They said we should extend it and bring it down. Do you think that would be a good strategy?
It's a cost thing that I don't know if it's really going to have a benefit.
Mm-hmm.
What we're doing on our bid is to repair any that are broken and then painting these. It gives privacy to the tenants. That does a little bit of a plus.
For me, I think I like it higher because I like privacy. So
and then you don't
I like to see what's going on.
Oh really? No, I like mine like
this.
this.
The other thing is you're going to see a lot more junk.
True. I think I like it this way. Yeah.
But no, I mean, as you guys both saw, like the roofs are new, so.
Yeah, but we're having some balcony, the landing issues, some of them are collapsing or something, so I think those are the only issues I see. And the electrical panel, can you push it back and just screw the thing back in? Let me show it to you. I'll show it to you, all right. Where's my phone? Okay.
Are you saying the breaker box? Or
yes, the breaker box.
Yeah, the meter panels, some of them are leaning out, right by the pool. That it just needs to be reached.
It's not a major job, you just need to pull it back in.
Yeah, I haven't been out here in a while.
Okay.
So if you can let them know, we're going to take a picture of it because we only have today and tomorrow for houses. All right.
What are we doing tomorrow?
You wanted to stop by with Edwin from Legacy and see if he can look at it.
Oh yeah,
He
okay.
doesn't know when Edwin can come.
Okay.
Where are you going to look? The door would be on. That's the bathroom. It'd probably be you walk in from the side, right here.
Yeah.
And then this is all living room. Keep the bathroom the same, and probably a kitchen on the wall over here.
Small kitchen there. We need to measure the square footage because I think you're going to want to take the popcorn out.
So this is one of the parts I enjoy. Anytime I'm walking through a property, I'm looking for a unit or a space that is not being used, or a redundant space. What am I thinking of? I'm looking for a way I can add an additional unit to the property. This increases the value of the property. So one thing you want to do is to ensure that you're looking for opportunities that can help you increase your income and reduce your expenses. So in this way, I'm looking for ways that I can increase my income. And when I see those kind of spaces, I try to utilize them. We've done this on 3 properties already. We've been able to add 1 unit on those properties that we bought, and that has increased our income. And not just that, it's also going to increase the value of the property when you are selling.
Keep my pen so I can write down these measurements.
I'm gonna measure it that way. So it's not only gonna be like right there because we need to do the bathroom for the office.
Yeah, the bathroom's not legal either. So since this is the office, it needs to be ADA.
Yeah.
It's just some handrails. The door's wide enough, thank God.
Are we going to have enough space?
And a little bit. That's like around the 7, 8 mark. And around the 10 mark,
Yeah, let's check if we can get space.
The pool, but the other one, I'm gonna go and measure right now.
Okay. Because if we know, we might be able to use the space too.
Yeah. And then you can convert, cut the line and replace that, and then the height of that to wherever you think we need it.
What building is that?
So in this area, we're just talking different strategies. We're looking at, okay, where would the door be, the entrance come from? How are we going to renovate the bathroom? Where will be the living room? We're just doing a surface level kind of architectural work. This is just the first stage, nothing too serious.
But let's do a shower there. Like what we have in Money Side, it's fine.
Both toilets functional? Yeah, this one? No, this is the storage. This one. Oh, this is the one that's.
Yeah, I think we should use a shower.
A stand-up shower.
Stand-up shower.
Yeah. Right here in this corner. Yeah, because a tub. Like
Tub would take a space. They'll
it's
take a lot of space.
and you need to have a certain distance, so we have to move the door.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna call Edwin because he's the problem now, you know.
Yeah.
I'm explaining him here what we have with the information that we have. He's gonna throw a random number there close to it for that. In case you guys get it, then we're gonna come back and do the action because we're gonna need a drive for this.
Yeah, so we'll get close, and then once we go under contract, then we can
come here and do it, you know.
Okay.
Everything that we need to do.
Sounds good.
This is one of the properties that I love, that really there's no much deferred maintenance. So these are part of the due diligence you want to do. You want to ensure that, one, you're building up your CapEx budget. And for you to know the exact budgets that you should have for your CapEx, you will have to do a thorough inspection to know exactly what it is. And that will even determine, or that will even let you know if it's even worth it at all, if it's even worth you doing the deal or for you to walk away. So for me, my approach sometimes, not every time, is I always ask for access before signing my PSA, and that helps me save time as well as every other person, not just mine. So it's very important that you write your LOI, your letter of intent, according to how it favors you. Doesn't mean that it will be accepted, but throw it out there and get a counter. It's about compromise. My own, most times, is I want to see things ahead of time so that I even know whether to invest more time on it. So we've done all that. We've finally signed the PSA. Today is the day whereby we are doing the walkthrough. So we're walking into all the properties, and guess what? I'm here with my kids. Today is spring break and I don't have anyone to take care of them, so they have to be with me. This is part of the things I spoke about in my last video, how you can navigate raising a family and doing multifamily. So this is it, guys. This is my life and they have to be a part of it. So I have them with me today, and already the smaller one is giving me a lot of headache, but what can I do? I just have to keep doing the business. But the idea is I am bringing them into my word, and definitely if they want to do it when they grow up, fine, but there's something they don't teach in the schools, financial literacy. This is going to help them understand what is income, what is expenses, how we get cash flow and all that. So this is a little form of education for them, and also for them to see mommy at work. So join me as I go through all these properties, 113 units, and I'm going to walk through the entire unit. I'm not going to show you all because it's going to take me a long time, but I'll show you clip by clips and we'll keep going, and I'll see you on the other side. Thank you. So what's your name?
My name is Bernice.
And what are you doing with mommy today?
Today we're looking at the property and we're I'm checking it out.
You're checking it out? So what will you be doing once you go into the property?
So I'll basically probably be video recording it, and we'll probably just be taking a look around and stuff.
Okay, so watch me as I do my job. Oh my God, we are lost. Okay, this is where they are. So let's go.
Okay.
So this is one of the team members. His name is Asher, and we are doing the walkthrough together. Actually, we're about 8 people doing this, not just the both of us. And it's a stressful experience, but it's worth it. While we're doing the walkthrough, we want to know exactly the units that have repair issues or how much we should budget for each unit. And don't forget that the projections you're doing, because sometimes some of you do projections on your deal, and the projection is based on the renovations you want to do on your unit so that you can raise the rent. We also want to be sure that the budget that we projected for those units is in line with the kind of returns. Like I always tell people, you do not have to renovate a unit if there's no return on investment. If you know you cannot get any return from it, then there's really no need for you to do it. So I've had deals where I didn't have to do renovation. I just had to do it on a case-by-case basis because, one, maybe the previous seller was already pushing rent even without doing that and all that. So it was very good for me, and it just saved us cost and saved us money. It doesn't mean that you leave the property in bad shape. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that always do repairs if there's a need or there's return on that investment. That is when you should do it.
So this is the smaller one coming. She's been giving me a lot of headache, but definitely I'm sure she's going to really enjoy herself. Okay, that means she's better now, because before she was complaining. But right now, I think she's in a good mood. Definitely, I can continue doing what I'm doing. So let me take you through the world of apartments, or what you should be looking out for in a property. So see, things like this, we look out for and we budget for them. So this is one of the units, and it has little deferred maintenance. So for a property like this, we look at this, the slab, whether it needs replacement or whether it doesn't need replacement. So this is Jordan, one of our property management representatives, that is Campus Multifamily. We're always on this together. I think this is the top property we've done together, yes. So Jordan, what exactly are you doing on this?
So we're doing a full inspection walkthrough. We're checking item by item throughout the apartment. We have a multi-point inspection where we go through our list and we score it from 1 to 5. 5 being brand new, 1 being replacement. So we can go back later, aggregate all the data, and we can see exactly what we think each unit turns
We need, yes. Why do you do that?
We do it so we can give you a better idea of what the
cost will be,
shape is, and what the cost will be.
Have you ever been in a situation whereby the cost is so much and you're able to advise the buyers, no, don't do this? Have you ever done that?
Yes, it's very common that we do that, where we can go in, because from the outside you can get a good picture, but from the inside you can see exactly what each unit needs, and it could be way more than what we're budgeting or what your budget allows.
Okay.
So this scenario, I've only walked maybe 5 or 6 so far.
And what has it been?
They haven't seen any big issues so far. They've all had vinyl plank flooring. They're all in similar conditions.
Similar condition. Okay, so that means it's in a very, very good condition, at least so far. Okay. How many team are on ground?
I have just me and one other guy.
One other guy, okay.
Yes. And then tomorrow we're going to be doing the lease audit.
Lease audit.
Bring a few
more
team
people.
members in the office.
Okay. Thank you so much. So I'll be walking through with you. You need to identify if you need to resurface the countertop or you just need to replace it. In some cases, resurfacing is just the best thing to do. In some cases, it's total replacement. Now you need to identify for appliances. Do you want to maintain the white appliance or you want to change it to black or aluminum? So for us, we use black because one, it's affordable and it can easily be maintained and all that. And we always include backslash. One, it helps us with the wall, protects the wall, and it just makes it fancy, you see. We also take note of fittings, and we definitely always check the plumbing to see if there's any leakage or if there's anything that needs repair. Aside from that, we always take note of the layout. It's very important that you measure exactly what you are going to market. Let me tell you what happened. There was a time we were trying to sell a house and the seller lied to us that it was a particular square foot. And when we wanted to rent it out to compare with our comparables, we realized that really it was short of about 400 square foot. That was a big deal. So we're not able to achieve the rent that our competitors were achieving for that particular size, and that would have affected our projections. But thank God we did not close on the deal. So it's very important that your team are able to measure the unit to be sure that it is actually the square footage that they did, because if it's a tangible square footage that is missing, then there's a problem. You might not get the kind of rent that you said you will get compared to your competitors. So look at the ladies that are supposed to be helping me out in this walkthrough. They're just doing their own thing. Anyway, let me just concentrate on doing mine. This is another unit and it's in similar condition. The toilet, it has the hookup. So this is a value add opportunity that you might want to introduce. So this particular unit has the dryer hookup and it has the washer hookup. It means that you can easily add washer and dryer to this unit and increase your other income. So definitely if we close on this deal, that's part of our strategy to put in washer and dryer appliances and collect about $70 for leasing it. So any tenant that comes in here will have washer and dryer and they will lease it from
was for about $70. This is way better than having a general dryer looking at it. So during our walkthrough, we always try to see if there are opportunities for us to make other income. Yes, the base rent is based on projections from your comparables from the market, but there are other ways you can make income, which is these are the opportunities that we look out for. And they can be like the parking lot, they can be like what I just mentioned, the washer and dryer. There are different opportunities, not just the two things I've mentioned. And these things can actually boost your income, because for such a project, one thing you want to do is to increase your income and reduce your expenses. That's the entire thing that we're all talking about. That is what is needed in any deal. You're trying to increase your income and you're trying to reduce your expenses. So when you're doing your due diligence, it exposes you to opportunities, not just the bad things. It's like we've been able to see an opportunity whereby we can add an additional unit because there's a redundant office here that is not being used. Let me see if I can show it to you guys. Right there, we can easily convert it to one unit. We've done it to about 3 of our properties. We've converted them to an additional unit, whereby increasing the value of the property. So this walkthrough exposes us to a lot of opportunities and also opens up cankerworms, not just opportunities, also cankerworms or things that might make you just walk out on the deal, or things that may help you retrade with the seller. So let me explain what that is. If I'm doing a walkthrough and I see a lot of deferred maintenance, that means a lot of issues. One thing I'm trying to do is to try to negotiate with the seller to see if he can do some repairs, or ask him for a credit, or ask him which retrade the amount. That is, if I was supposed to buy the property for 12 million, I might say, okay, based on this repair, it's going to cost us a lot. I'll do it for about 11.5. So these are things I typically do on a walkthrough. So far, so good. This walkthrough has been one of the best I've seen because no much issues. It's easy and straightforward.
And that's only if they're new. And then if they're not new, they're scraped up, I was replacing them and we'll replace them with the
So these ones now, they're in the condition for you to trash or for you to keep?
To replace this one.
To replace this one?
Just for, because it's cream.
It's cream, okay. But if they're brand new, you keep them?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So the 2,000 budgets we have per unit, is this still achievable?
Yeah, I think so.
Right? I think so too.
Depending, once we walk through all of them, but so far, and I know the manager before this current manager, he said she replaced a lot of the plank flooring already.
Okay.
And that's the biggest expense.
Were you able to ask her what is their major issue? Leakage? Is any?
No, she mentioned like at one point there was a little roof leak, but it wasn't too bad, and I know that they replaced the roof.
Yes, they did.
But she said this property, the other property had more problems
than this one. Yeah. Oh, fine. Okay, so, then.
Yeah, and she was like, no, this one we replaced a lot of plank floor. We did the backsplash.
Yeah.
She said, no, she liked this one.
Okay.
And even the plumbers were saying that the lines were cleaned regularly. The roofer said the roof.
Yeah, we checked we scoped the lines, and it was good. Yeah, really. Yeah.
So far,
okay, it's looking good.
That $2,000 budget would be achievable.
Would be achievable. Okay. So this is exactly what I'm saying. We're trying to verify if our CapEx budget per unit. Okay, I need to attend to these girls. Hey, you're supposed to be helping me out, right?
Oh no.
But what are you guys doing? You're not helping me out. You're just having fun. The kitty is here? Okay, it's out now. So like I said, we are just verifying our budget to see if it aligns with exactly what we are doing. Because most times you set budgets even without seeing the unit. You just do it based on estimation. But right now we are firming up on those numbers, and it's important because I remember I did a video and I was talking about the things you need to know before you invest in a deal. So this is one of a major thing, because if your budget goes out of track, your budget for CapEx, let's say you budgeted 500 and voila, you come on the deal and the budget for CapEx actually 2 million. That is a $1.5 million difference. And that can affect the entire returns. Any additional money that is significant can affect the returns of your investors. So you want to be sure that you are budgeting accurately. Yes, it's a budget, so it's a plus or minus, but the difference, the variance should not have a wide margin. So this is what the due diligence helps you do. It helps you firm up on your budget for CapEx. And that was a conversation I was just having with the property manager, because we estimated 2,000 $2,000 to do any type of renovation on this property. And the reason why $2,000 can do a renovation on this property is for two reasons. The current owner has done a lot of work. You can see the flooring. The flooring is planked. He has changed almost the entire property except one. Only one has carpet. Aside from that, the paintings are okay. The property is in a good condition. It's just one or two things that might need to be changed. The appliances, like what we told you, we normally use black appliances or steel, but in this case, this is white. So this is something that we will want to change, just to make it better and look more modern. And for the tenants, you know, we are actually trying to appease the tenants and ensure that they are happy, because the longer they stay on the property, the lower the turnover. Yeah, so while I'm on this, I'm also watching my daughter. So let's go. So this is the things I have to navigate while doing a walkthrough. Can you come upstairs? Yes, leave the cat alone. Come upstairs. You're supposed to be helping mommy out, right? But what are you doing?
My chavos.
Okay. I really want to see the occupied ones.
If you want, he's walking right now.
Where is it? What unit?
I'll find out where he's at. He's in building 1, so it's right here.
Okay. Before, when we came during the preliminary inspection, all these things were already tilting forward. They were not facing the wall, but right now the seller has done it. This is the other conversation we're having with him. The pool, like I said, is either we will tell him to repair it, because it feels like one is either it's not working or it's not been cleaned for a while. If it's not working, we'll ask him to repair it before we finish our due diligence, or he gives us credit to do this, because we don't want to carry on this type of liability. So we will definitely do that. This property has an individual HVAC system. So yes, all of them are in their working condition, but you also want to project, you also want to estimate and have them in your budget, because they can easily break, and you should have a budget to ensure that they can be replaced when it breaks. So these are part of the things we'll be doing. Can we go? We're going to an occupied unit to see the condition. So in this part, we were going around the property. I was checking the pool, I was checking the panel. We noticed that the panel were tilting forward, and I just didn't want to do that. When I noticed, I asked the broker to tell the seller to fix it. So when I'm doing my walk or walking the property, there are some things that I expect that the seller should handle. So I just give the seller a list of items for him to handle, and that was one of them. And the pool, we didn't know for sure if the pool was faulty, but we got to find out that no, they just turned it off and the pool was in good condition. Everything was working well. Oh my God, I've forgotten my kids. So I have to go back. Oh my God. Can you guys come? Okay. So I have to concentrate on the deal, on the job I'm here to do, and also be sure that my kids are with me as well. They're enjoying their time here, obviously. Okay? They're behind. Hi. How many bedrooms is this one?
2 bedrooms.
2 bedrooms. Okay, so what are you looking out for?
Okay, let me check. 1 bedroom. 2.
So 1 bedroom. Is it 2 bedroom?
He does that one.
I'm not even going to go near that. How many buildings have we done so far?
7.
You've done 7. You can.
He's a wild kitty.
Actually, I'm gonna call it Mochi.
Take.
I'm calling it Mochi.
I like Charles better. Just saying, it matches him more.
See the doggy.
Oh, the puppies.
You do.
Benny.
Okay, so this is what I was talking to you about. So, in the case whereby, in this case, it's the tenant that bought this, that put this. But for us, for those empty ones that do not have this, we can put this. This is a very important appliance that you should have in any house.
and this is going to create an additional income for us. So we've already seen the need and we're going to execute that when we take over. How many bedroom is this one?
It's 2.
2 bedroom. But really, they are not in bad condition at all.
So this was one of the occupied units that we had to visit during our walkthrough. So at this point, we've already signed the PSA. This is the due diligence proper. So we now have access to an occupied unit. So we're able to see it. I also wanted to use the opportunity to talk to the tenant. I wanted to know how they feel, if they like the environment, because really, I've been safe from buying properties just by hearing from tenants. They tell me exactly how they feel about the neighborhood, about the property management, about the owner, how they care or do not care about them. I also want to know these tenants one-on-one, to know the ones that are actually maintaining the unit and maybe the ones we need to put an eye on.
Mom, you know the kitten went around my legs. That means a like me.
Okay.
I really want to adopt it.
It's not going to replace it.
I don't know enough Spanish.
Okay.
You maintenance, right?
Yes, he is.
Look, I put this in, but y'all ain't never came. And I don't know where the little knobby knob thing went, but this is the only.
Yeah, please, you guys should take care of this. Do you have wash and dry?
No.
Okay, but if you have one, would you like it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I was going to see if the office will let me rent one. Hi, who are you, sir?
We're together.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Hello, if I can have a wash and dry, yes.
Okay.
But these are just clothes that I.
Yeah, it's in a storage. Okay. It's okay. We spoke with a tenant and we asked if they needed wash and dry. What would that look like for them? And she was really excited about it. She really wanted that. So these are ways we are able to identify what is the need of the property and what we can do. How long have you been on this property?
November.
Okay. Do you like it? Say it as it is. You don't have to mice it.
I do.
You do. What are the things you prefer that they have but you don't have it?
Nothing. It's fine.
It's fine?
Yeah.
It's peaceful?
Yeah, it's peaceful.
Okay. Do you have wash and dry here?
I have a connection.
You have the connections?
Yeah.
Okay. So, but if they pull one for you, would you be willing to lease it or something?
Yeah.
Have you ever spoken to it with the maintenance people?
About leasing?
Leasing, yes, a wash and dry.
When I first moved in.
You did?
Yeah, she said they didn't.
They didn't lease? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But if you have such an opportunity, you take it?
Yeah, I will.
Okay.
Is there anybody in the bedrooms?
My daughter is. You need her to come out?
It's up to you. I just need access to all the bedrooms.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay. Thank you. So this is a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. So we've been able to do about 30 units right now. It's been a little slow, and I think it's as a result of we just going into different units and everything looks good. Yeah, so there's really nothing to really put an eye on, but we'll still have to finish it. We want to ensure that what we've seen so far is similar to how the remaining ones will look like. So in summary, when you're getting a deal, the first most important thing is the location. Now, this property is located in Dallas and in a very good part in Dallas. And that's one thing you want to be sure of. And after doing that, that is when you now start doing your market analysis. Now, we know that the market is in Dallas, and where exactly in Dallas? Because not everywhere in Dallas is good for investing. So you have to also go local and know the exact location that you want to do. So when we got this property, we went around like 2-3 miles around it. We're looking out for different things. We're looking out for the area. We're looking out for homelessness. We're looking out for maybe crime. We wanted to see the demography of the people, the type of houses around it, who are our competitors, how much do they earn, what are the businesses in this area. So those are things that we're looking out for. So that's what you also want to do after getting the location like Dallas, and you have to look for the exact market you want to invest in. After doing that, that is when I do my underwriting. So I've been investing in Dallas so much right now that I already know the market. So for me, I don't have to go through the market stage because I've already chosen my market from the beginning, because because I continuously invest in just 2 markets at the moment. I invest in the Texas market and also in the Pennsylvania market. Because it's a repeat type of investment, most times I don't go through all the first stages, like getting the market, understanding them. I don't do all that. But I get to do market analysis when I'm trying to do my market comparables, like my rent comparables, because I also want to be sure that my projections are right. That is why I need to know what my competitors are doing. When I'm doing my underwriting, I want to be sure that there's a value add to it. I mean, there is something that will increase the value of the property, because I don't just want to buy a property and it's not cash flowing, or I don't want to buy a property that would not appreciate or has nothing that can improve on it to make it appreciate. So we always do a market survey to see what our competitors are doing, where their rent is currently in the market, and we'll see, okay, where's our rent compared to where the market is? Okay, are we able to push it up to the market? Are we able to do that? And if we're able to do that, well, that increases the value of the property, that increases the income of the property. So after doing my underwriting, that's when I come to do a property tour. I want to see, ask questions, because from the underwriting, you get to identify some things like, oh, why is the utility bill high? Why is their repair and maintenance high? So when I see those things in numbers on their T12 or their trailing profits and loss, I ask questions. I want to know, okay, your repair and maintenance is high. What's going on? Do you have a lot of repairs? If you do, what are the repairs that you're doing? And that will also help me know if there are major repairs, if it's a long-term issue. Like if they tell me it's plumbing repairs, I want to ask questions like, is it a piping repair? Are they old pipes? What's going on? Because those things are capital intensive, and those are things I might not want to carry on at all. So after doing my underwriting and doing my property tour, I now go back to adjust my underwriting to be sure that it is what I want. That is, the returns exactly what my investors want or what I want and all that. Sorry, it's a little windy, but we'll keep redoing this and all that. So after finding that if it's what we want, after doing my adjustments, then I present an LOI. In my LOI, I typically, like I mentioned earlier on, I normally ask for early access, because as much as possible, I don't want to waste anybody's time. I don't want to waste my time, neither the seller's time. I want to know ahead of time what's going on before I even start putting in a lot of money on the legal aspect of it. Because you know, after signing your letter of intent, you need to start doing your purchase agreement. And after doing your purchase agreement, then you have a due diligence period. So what I do in my due diligence period, because I've done so many things at the beginning, even before I signed the PSA, what I get to do during the due diligence period is I get to do the walkthrough. I go into all the units to find out exactly what the unit needs. I'll now start firming up on my projections, my CapEx budget, because it's at this point the seller gives us all the due diligence items. Remember, at the beginning, you don't have access to so many documents. So it's possible that there are some discrepancies. So during the due diligence, because we do a thorough due diligence, we always find out the unknown. We always open up some canker ones and all that. We've seen cases whereby we did a due diligence, the seller told us A, in terms of expenses, that his expenses was so number of, but when we did the due diligence, it was more than double the amount. And because of that, the property was supposed to be retraded for less than $1 million. That is, we're supposed to buy it less than $1 million from the amount that we both agreed on. So the due diligence part is very important for you to uncover things, and you don't have to take it for granted. Don't allow any stone to go untouched. Very, very, very important. In conclusion, after you finish doing your due diligence, now you can now continue in your process. But don't forget, do your due diligence phase, even your underwriting phase, you need to ensure that you involve your property management company. I do not even submit an LOI without getting an indication from my property management company. I always like to know what their income projections will be and what their expense projections will be. And that will really help me ascertain if I am in line with the market, because my property management, as much as possible, I try to ensure that they are local. And the reason why I ensure that they are local is because if they are local and they are very good, they will understand the market and tell me, no, Bibi, no, don't invest there. My property management company has saved me from investing in the wrong market, because they know the market, they know how it is, how it operates and all that. So you want to be sure that you do this entire process with your property management company. I always say this, you make money when you buy, not when you sell. So a lot of energy, a lot of effort is done at the beginning of the project. A lot of time, energy, manpower, everything at the beginning, because if you mess up this entire acquisition process, this entire due diligence process, then you're in trouble. You want to ensure that you avoid that, and because once you do it, the rest is very easy. The rest is very easy in the sense that you know that the major issue has been sorted out from the beginning. Now the next major issue is operations. This is a period where you have to have the right team members that know exactly what they are doing to operate this property. If you're looking for a deal that can give you good returns, cash flow, passive investment, if you're a passive investor and you're looking for a deal that can give you good returns, please reach out to us. Thank you. Besides that, I forgot to thank my daughter. She's the one doing this video for me. I want to say thank you. Thank you so much for taking out the time to help Mama with this video.
Thank you.
Let me hold it and show them. Thank you so much, Benny.
You're welcome.
You're such a sweetheart. So audience, thank you so much, and I hope this was very useful to you. Apply it in your acquisition process and I'm sure everything will go well. Thank you and have a wonderful day.
Bye.